Here we go.
Hello, everyone. Angel here with the Hydration Project, and today is a very special day. If anyone doesn't know about my content, my channel, me personally, I aim to interview everybody, all walks of life, from the everyday personnel, which I call the average great, because we never know what a person is going through, and I seek to find that amazing story that they have amongst high power CEO, entrepreneur, business owners, all walks of life. And today we have a very special guest, Miss Raven Aya. How are you today, Raven? You beautiful soul, you.
Oh, aloha, Angel. It's always such a pleasure to chat with you.
Oh, it's my pleasure, believe me. And today is a very special day because we are going to cover something that's very powerful and is popping up in the mainstream media and is very important for everybody. And that is molecular hydrogen, or also known as hydrogen water. I am very excited about this. Me personally, I've been working with molecular hydrogen for over a year now, and it is amazing what it does to the body. If anyone doesn't know, it works with 170 disease models. And my God, my personal testimony, I have cut down on inflammation, brain fog. The recovery time from any workout is half the time, if not like a day after. We're up and going, and we are. Cheers to that. Everybody needs a glass of molecular hydrogen water because it is just an amazing thing to put in the body. Raven, you yourself, you are a health practitioner, you are an entrepreneur, you are a mom, you are just an amazing person. And where did it all begin when you started your career as an entrepreneur?
Oh my goodness. I mean, how far back do you want to go? How much time do we have?
I
I
want to
think
know the main moment where
uh,
you had that aha moment.
I aha moment. Sophomore year in high school, I think I was maybe
Hmm.
15 or 16, and I took a class called Entrepreneurship 101. I didn't even know what the word meant. It was just an elective I had to pick, sounded interesting. And what I learned in that class was that if you can find a problem and solve it, you can create a business. And
Hmm.
that to me was freedom. To me, entrepreneurship means freedom. Yes, I've had many jobs. I still have clients. I run several businesses. There's a lot going on. But for me, the ultimate is entrepreneurship because I know so many people that work a job and they don't have freedom. They don't have
Hmm.
control of their lives. They are limited to this much income for this much time every 2 weeks. Every week, if they're lucky, they get a paycheck. And as soon as they get it, it's gone. And that was never a lifestyle that I wanted to live. I wanted to be able to, be free and go from place to place, do what I want, when I want, where I want, and with who I want. And that was really the beginning of entrepreneurship for me, was having this notion that I could do anything as long as I could find a problem, which obviously these days and age, we have so many problems that
So
everybody is
many.
experiencing. So many. So I'm always looking for solutions. I'm always looking for things that are evolutionary, revolutionary, that provide a ground floor opportunity that really truly can give the keys to freedom to anyone who desires it. But it really comes down to, personal drive. If you don't have personal drive to want more than what you are being
Mhm.
provided with, then this may not be for you. But if you are in a place where you are looking for more, and it's a 11:11 in Hawaii right now, then this is why we do what we do. And this is what led me to molecular hydrogen, because when I finally found out about this amazing molecule, which I call the missing link, I also call it the God molecule, because I had never
Mhm.
heard of it before. And the moment I knew about it, before I even got it in my body, I could not stop thinking about it. I went to bed thinking about molecular hydrogen. I slept thinking about molecular hydrogen. I woke up thinking about molecular hydrogen, of the potential. How could something so simple have the potential to unlock every problem that we are experiencing as humanity? So that is what has led me to this moment and having this amazing call with you.
That's amazing. And you are absolutely correct. Molecular hydrogen is a miracle molecule. And what's impressive is that it donates an extra hydrogen molecule to free radicals, which cuts down the oxidative stress on the body. And a lot of people don't even know they're in distress, that they're in distress, because all of our environments, from the radiation to relationships to our own thoughts, are very toxic to the body. And now everybody's in a state of SOS. We're calling out for help and we don't even realize it. And due to our diets, our lifestyles, our immediate environment, my God, we're calling out for help from the inside out. And this is where hydrogen comes into play. We need molecular hydrogen water in our body because it is the only thing on the market that goes through the body within 60 minutes and help neutralizes and puts the body back into a homeostasis condition. And so, yes, the more we dive deep into molecular hydrogen from the last 10 years, we're understanding that it just has an abundance ability to help aid the body and put it back into an amazing state. And I am grateful that I myself came across that opportunity to start working with molecular hydrogen. And oh, like I mentioned, my personal testimony was I was dealing with severe brain fog and sleep inertia. It would take me almost 5 to 6 hours for my body and my brain to connect. And by the time I almost realized what was happening, it's already 5 p.m. And I struggled with that for the last, I want to say, 5 to 6 years, that I truly realized what was going on. And Raven, you are absolutely correct. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. You need to have a purpose, a specific mindset, because if we do not have a strong mindset, our emotions are going to get the best of us. And so, Raven, in your aspect, what are the key factors of a person? What are the traits that that person needs to have to succeed on becoming an entrepreneur themselves?
Mm. I think I've boiled this down after the thousands and thousands of people that I've spoken to personally on the phone, and I have had my exploratory process. It comes down to three things. Are you hungry? Are you motivated? And are you coachable? Because if
Hmm.
if you have those three aspects, then all you need is a vehicle to get in. And that's what we've found with molecular hydrogen, is that this is a vehicle that anyone can step into. And when we talk about the basics of human needs, right? Food and
Hmm.
water are the top 2. So, those are things that are never gonna go away, ever. People are always going to need clean, pure water. But not only clean, pure water, once you take it through an electrolysis process and you create molecular hydrogen, it becomes a superpower in a cup. And for me, I know you've had some brain fog issues. For me, even though I live a very healthy lifestyle, there's still so many environmental toxins and stress, just day-to-day stress, that has really kind of slowed me down. Especially after I reached the age of 40 and started to age, I realized that I needed to kind of shift things up a little bit. And so, since I've been using molecular hydrogen, what I have noticed for myself personally is that I've just been able to move through the blocks way quicker. All the things that were potentially slowing me down or were potentially, causing me dis-ease, I've been able to unlock and really move towards my potential. And I think that's what everybody is really looking for, is to reach their ultimate potential. I mean, I don't think anybody really wants to be miserable and broke. I think
Hmm.
everybody wants to be happy and thriving and living a fulfilled life, but the world right now, currently in the year 2024, is not conducive to that. So we have to find ways to unlock our potential, and we need tools. We need tools to support us to get there faster. So I think that's what's really key here for anybody who wants to move forward in taking their income into their own hands, is you've got to have a product. You have to have something that you can offer someone, because we either trade our time for dollars, or we have a product or a service or an opportunity that we can provide others with, which gives them the option to say yes, no, or maybe. And so, really, what I do is I just present opportunities to people. And when they are ready, that's when they'll reach out, because I'm really not in the business of convincing anyone of anything. Everybody can go do
Mhm.
their own research. I've built products from the ground up that I manufactured myself, invented, manufactured, wholesale distributorship all the way up to retail. And it's a lot of work, and it costs hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to build your own business, versus being able to find a product, a service, or an opportunity that someone else is putting millions of dollars into, and you can just step into and represent and literally create a career. I think what we have the opportunity to do is the greatest opportunity that exists on earth today.
Absolutely. And I do believe the two greatest business models are affiliate marketing and network marketing when done right. And you nailed
Yep.
it on the head where we people do not like to be sold. They do not like to be sold. They want to be part of something great, but they do not want to be sold, because by nature we're going to have resistance to it because we feel like we're being attacked, right? Sales has become so scummy, so schemy that it has a bad name. And I think with the way society is right now on sales, like the perspective of it, people hate salesmen. So the best way to do it is exactly what you're doing, which is attraction marketing. You are attracting people to an opportunity, but you're giving them a choice, because at the end of the day, everybody has a choice, which is you have a choice to stay where you are, stay stagnant, not moving in life, and staying broke in the mind, broke in the physical, broke in the spirit, or you have a choice
Mhm.
to be a life learner, seek out the right information, find the right team, and find the right product. Like you said, everybody needs an opportunity. They just need a financial vehicle with a system that's really easy to automate it, but there's some work to put up front, which just like anything in life, you have to put some work in. But once you could get it automated with the right vehicle, the right circle, and just the right message, and attract the people that you're going to attract, because everybody else is just noise. So
Mhm.
with that right system, anybody could be successful along with the right mindset. So I do believe
Mhm.
sales works, network marketing works, and affiliate marketing also works, but we have to do it in the right way and stop listening to people who make it really sleazy, just that traditional sales mindset, that feel, because it just doesn't work anymore. In your
Yeah.
eyes, Raven, what is the is that how you feel also? Like sales just has a really bad name to it.
I mean, it's interesting that you say that, Angel, because okay, people hate to be sold to, but people love to buy. So if
Absolutely.
you think about that, then our job is not really to sell anything. My job is to
Mhm.
just share my personal experience and invite others to take a look. That's it. I'm just here to create curiosity and show you the door. It's up to you to go through the door. I'm not attached. And in the beginning, when I first started learning, network marketing was my first company, and then now I'm a professional affiliate marketing salesperson. In the beginning, it was very much like, hammer, 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 hammer. And what I tell everybody now is, like, don't verbal vomit all over everybody. You don't need to. You just really don't need to tell everybody every little thing about everything. You excite them about what you have, you invite them to take a look. You share a tool, which for me and my team, we share links. As soon as you get your link, you follow up and you make sure that people got the information that they need. Do they have any questions? And then you help them decide, do they want to be a customer or do they want to be a business partner? That's it. That's all we do here. I don't sell anything. I offer people opportunities to change their life. It's up to them to take the key and decide which door they want to go through. And so it's a very big shift in mentality. The hustle is dead, guys. Like, you can hustle yourself to death. And I have done it. I've actually had to like take years off because I hustled so hard that I depleted my adrenals, that I completely blew out my nervous system because I was on my phone 12 to 14 hours a day, on phone calls constantly, text messaging like a madman, always on Facebook messaging, and then in meetings. And it was just too much, to where now I'm in a process of allowing. How can I allow myself to experience a life of abundance? How can I allow myself to be in the flow of life to the point where opportunities just present themselves? Very much like the invitation that came from here today to be here with you, Angel. It's being in a state of allowing versus a state of like grinding, and you're not going fast enough or hard enough. And it takes time to get there. I mean, don't get me wrong. In the beginning, you do need to take massive action in order to create momentum. If you never take massive action, you'll never hit momentum, and then you'll never get to cruising altitude. So this is really important to understand. When you're a brand new person, your job is to talk to as many people as you can in the time that you have. And then eventually, if you have the right company and you have the right compensation plan, eventually you will be able to do 10% of the work, and you have your organization doing 90% of what you were doing in the beginning. And this is where a lot of people quit before they ever even start, is because they don't understand that the only way you get good is by talking to people. You have to talk to people. There's no way to be an entrepreneur without talking to people, especially in this type of business. I mean, unless you do crypto or whatever, and you're just, behind the
Mhm.
computer all day long. But we're in a people business. We're in the business of helping people to identify where they want to go and what they want to create for themselves. And then we provide them with the tools to get there. So it's really interesting, where I am now in my career. I mean, I'm 9 years in now. I mean, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur for over 25 years. But here I am 9 years in to this network. And, they say in the beginning, like it takes 3 years to kind of get your feet. And then it takes 5 years to like hit cruising altitude. And then by the time you hit 7 to 9, you're world class because
Mhm.
you have the experience. And if you think about it, this is a career. Anything that you give 10,000 hours of your time to is a career. You become an expert in what you're doing. We just have to learn how to invite people in a way that lets them find their own cadence. Because I've tried to push, and pushing doesn't work, especially for people who are stuck. We have to allow them to find their own hunger, their own motivation, because coaches are everywhere. You can hire a coach any day of the week. I mean, I do a coaching program Mondays and Fridays, and it's something to where really finding your lane is what I focus on. Because if you're truly passionate about what you have and you excite people about what you have and you invite them to take a look, it's only a matter of time before you start closing sales without being salesy. And that's really
Mhm.
what our goal here is to have what we offer in our passion be inseparable from who we are and what we do with our life, to where it's just the ease of the conversation.
Yeah, and there's a lot to unpack there because knowing what I know now, there multiple layers deep that we could go on everything you just said. But I truly believe that one thing is acceptance. A lot of people want to be successful. A
Mm,
lot of people want to be wealthy, but the number one thing is, can you accept the possibility that greatness will come your way? Because if you cannot
ooh.
accept that greater vision, if you cannot accept that abundance to begin with, and understand that
Mhm,
that possibility will come to you by law, and if you keep that in the forefront of your mind, it will show up to your door. And some people
mm,
are afraid to go to the next level subconsciously. So we could be hustling, we could be moving, we could be aiming towards it, but if your acceptance isn't there on your greater vision, you still won't be able to get it. It'll show up to you, you may not realize, and it may pass you. Because the one thing we do have to develop is our inner tuition, that this is possible, that the universe is going to
Mm,
show me how to obtain it. If I just keep moving, I accept this is the path that I'm going to take. I'm going to move forward 100%, give it everything I got without killing myself, without killing myself. I mean, sometimes we have to die for what we believe in. I truly believe that. You have to be willing to die for what you want in this world. But at the same time, let it come to you. Attract
mm,
it, because if we don't attract it, we may repel it. So, for anyone out there, don't stress yourself out that it's not moving or going the way you want it to, because whether you like it or not, you're attracting what you are, because you're putting a vibration out in the universe, and whether it's negative or positive, you're going to get exactly what you want. And a lot of people don't even
mm,
know this or understand this, but if you want abundance, you want greatness, you want wealth, whatever you want in this world, first accept it and love yourself. I think that's the very
mm,
foundation that everyone needs to take in order to be great in this world, because it's coming. It's coming, whether good or bad. Something is coming your way. But
I
absolutely,
love that.
network marketing, Raven, man, we could do some magic, and everyone could build and achieve their dreams with that model.
Mhm. Yeah, it takes time. This is what people have to understand. It takes time. I wanted it to happen immediately, and it took
Mhm.
me 6 years to hit my first goal, my first big goal to become a top income earner in my company. It took 6 years, and I hustled, and I kept wondering, "Why am I beating my head against the wall? What am I doing wrong? How come there's people that are, less capable than me that are having more success?" And here's the thing is comparison is the thief of joy. Our job is to go on our own journey. And so I started surrounding myself with people who were more successful than me, who were smarter than me, who were making more money than me, so that I could absorb by osmosis. And I think that's what's so important about this particular industry is that I have amazing coaches. Like my coaches are top income earners and also some of the top trainers in the world. And I've spent enormous amounts of money investing into that. And that's really important is that we don't get good just out the gate. You have to find your own voice. And this is how we build a brand, right? A lot of people don't like this idea of, oh, you're a brand, because you think brand, they think Nike, they think Coca-Cola. It's like, okay, well, yeah, I mean, that's a corporation that has a brand. You are a brand in the sense that there is a network of people that want what you have to offer. How can you educate and inspire folks by living the life that you truly desire? Because that is what is magnetic that draws people to you to say, what exactly are you doing? I don't know what you're doing, but I'm curious about what you're doing. I see you doing this and that and da 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 da. What are you doing? They want to know. And this is attraction marketing. So it's a very very switch mentality in the mind. And most people that I work with spend so much time in their story. They tell it, well, I'm not good enough, or my parents said that one thing when I was young, or, I'm in an abusive relationship, or my boss doesn't give me any free time, or people don't like me. I don't have a big enough network. I don't like social media. I don't want to be on camera. I hear all the stories. And it's like, yeah, well, I mean, you're telling yourself your story, you're going to get
Mhm.
exactly what you're telling yourself. And in the beginning, I think I used to ask myself, what if? Like, what if this is my vehicle? What if I could become a multimillionaire? What if, what if, what if? Now, and Rob and I do this all the time, we say, when?
When?
When this happens, when this happens, when this happens. And we change our language because our words are powerful. Like, and I was just with one of my favorite people in the world who's an amazing practitioner, and he's an MD, he's an osteopathic physician. He is my chiropractor, although he doesn't really do chiropractic. It's a little different kind of a modality. And everything that he is working on right now is about ease. He's like, my entire life, 13 years in medical school, and I'm always looking at dis-ease models.
Mm.
He's writing the book of ease. How do we allow ourselves to be in a space that is of abundance versus creating all the constriction. We spend so much time with these negative thoughts. When we look in the mirror, when we go to work, when we're driving in traffic, it's just negative, 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 negative. Well, that perpetuates. And what's really interesting is that when you allow yourself to just observe and not be reactive, which I'm a major student of right now. Reaction is definitely one of my faults, to say the least. You know, it's one of my limitations, and I'm really working on that. Is like when something presents itself and I want to react to it, I'm now going, okay, give it a moment. Don't respond. Go for a walk. Take that time to let it sit so that I can come into a place of ease and acceptance with what is. And this is the beauty of this business of being an affiliate marketer or a network marketer, or whichever company you choose has a different language. Is that you are truly learning while you are earning. It's the ultimate personal growth university. And
Mhm.
there, I don't really know anything else that can really I mean, I don't, force is maybe not the right word, but it truly does kind of force you to look at your garbage and decide, do you want to keep it in the house or do you want to get rid of the garbage? Because if you don't make room for what is coming, then it can't ever present itself.
Yep. Yeah, if we're congested inside and outside, if our space, like our physical space, is congested and all we have is junk, we have stuff sitting there, we don't want to get rid of it for whatever emotional attachment we have to it, adding more stuff to it, you're just going to take up room. You're just going to take up room. And the same thing happens internally. If we're holding on to past traumas, past events, past relationships, guess what? There's no room to let anything else in. There's no room to accept anything more because we haven't dealt with our old selves. And I truly believe that you have to let your old self die so you could embrace your new version. And if we don't do that, we will never grow. Joe
Mm,
Dispenza says it perfectly. Our past will be our future because if we continue in this repetitive cycle of self sabotage, guess what? In 10, 15 years, you're going to be exactly in the same place you are. It is just going to happen because you're going to continue to live in the past and entertain your past self. You're never going to accept anything new because I don't think a lot of people think in general, think about where they are, think about where they want to go, what do they want to accomplish. They're going to continue to tell themselves the old story that I'm not good enough, I'm too fat,
mhm,
I'm too
mhm,
skinny, I'm
mhm,
too ugly, whatever the story may be. You're going to keep telling yourself there, and any opportunity that appears in front of you, you're automatically going to say it's a scam. It's not for me. They could do it, I can't do it, because we're never taught to affirm the positive, the loving, the future us. We're never
mm.
taught that by design because when you dig deep into the educational system, we're not taught these spiritual practices because if we did, the world would look completely different. We would have an abundance
Mm.
of everything and no one would be suffering right now.
It's so true. It's so true. And it's really interesting because one of my mentors posted something on Instagram earlier today and I couldn't agree more. And what she said was, you know, everybody thinks it's mindset, 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 mindset. And she's like, really it begins in the body. If you have stagnation, if you have dis-ease, if you are not able to feel light within your body, how can you ever create a positive mindset and attract the abundance that you truly seek? And that's really why I got started in this industry with helping people unlock their potential through food. Because what we find is that, you know, most food is completely toxic. And even if you're stuffing your stomach with it, you're not getting any nutrition. And the plan, I mean, we don't need to go into the global agenda of the food supply, but really, the plan is to make you sick so that you go and use the pharmaceuticals to mask your symptoms while you continue to eat the food that makes you sick. Because you are a profit. You are a profit margin.
Mhm.
That is what that's what corporations look at human beings as. Versus what we're trying to do here is we're trying to say, no, you are an unlimitless being. You just got a bunch of junk in the way. So let's help you get all the junk out of the way so that you can truly clear out your vessel. I'm on day 4 of a cleanse right now, by the way. And once you get to the point where you're releasing all of the stagnation, and for me, what's crazy on this cleanse too, Angel, is that there's so much emotions coming up. I am
Mhm.
Every time I'm about to have a breakthrough, this next emotion will come up, and it'll be, someone or something that hurt me or wronged me. And it comes up, and I'm like, I use my Ho'oponopono practices. I say, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I let it go. And
Mhm.
if we can learn how to do that over and over and over again while having tools that unlock our potential, we can truly become limitless beings. And that's what I love about being here with you, because this is like so exciting to me to be able to work with you and to be able to help shine a light for people, because it is a dark world out there. And if you don't know what you don't know, you might be stuck. And I just want to let everybody know, like, there is hope. There is ways out of where you are, and we're really here to show you how.
Yes, absolutely. What's amazing with molecular hydrogen water is it does detox the body. It really does. I'll drink it with lemon. So I'll put lemon in the hydrogen water. And if I do not eat food, I will be cleaned out. And what's impressive is, like you said, it you start feeling things you never felt before, right? If we start making that choice
Mhm.
to start eating better, live better, think better, and we actually go on a detox, and we need to detox from a lot, from technology, from people, from relationships, from old habits, but most importantly, food that does not serve us
Mhm.
because it's highly
Yeah.
processed. Now, if we keep consuming highly processed things, our body gets so congested that our spiritual being inside this fleshly, vehicle, it has no way to communicate fluent. And if we're to teach people how to actually operate on abundance, there would never be anything like worry, stress, anxiety, depression, because you are not your feelings. You are taught to think this way by a systematic operating system, a very archaic, manipulative system that we're in. So there's a big awakening for people like you, me, and amongst a lot of mentors out there trying to do the same thing, where we need to awaken ourselves from this slumber. And one thing we need to do is detox the body from years
Mm.
and years of congestion. And once we could do that, guess what happens? You live the next phase of your life in a whole different realm. And that's the beauty. We have a choice to do this. And one thing that can help you is molecular hydrogen water, because it
Mhm.
hydrates the mitochondria, which is the
Mm.
middle, the center, the bare core of every single blood cell
Mhm.
in the body.
Mm. So beautiful. It's true. It's true. The God molecule, the missing link, the thing that unlocks everything is as simple as pushing a button on a bottle that has water in it. Like, who would have thought? Who would have thought it would be so simple? And yet it's sophisticated. It's smarter than we are. This is
Mhm,
as old as it gets. The beginning of life. Most of everything in the entire universe is created on the baseline of hydrogen. But when we
mhm,
make hydrogen into molecular hydrogen, H2, this is when things really shift. This is when everything starts to go to this completely new level. And that's why I said the first time I heard about it and I started studying about it and I went and learned from the Molecular Hydrogen Institute, I was just like, this is it. This is it. Like, people don't want to be told what to eat. People don't want to
Mhm.
be told, what to put on their face or how to wash their hair or da 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 da. They don't want to be told what to do. But the minute that you show them, hey, if you just change your water, would you be willing to give this a try? Because everyone I know is suffering in some way, shape, and form. They're either suffering physically, they're suffering emotionally, they're suffering mentally, they're suffering spiritually, and they're suffering financially. And if you are missing any of those five, you are not living a fulfilled life. And so if you can have one thing and all you got to do is change your water and you can
Mhm.
unlock that, this is the easiest conversation I have ever had because it truly is not selling. You're just inviting people to take a look. And every single person I've talked to about water has been open to the conversation. It's not a difficult conversation at all. Everybody knows they need good, clean drinking water, and everybody's either buying water or spending an enormous amount of money on filtration. I talked to somebody that had an RO system in their house that was $20,000. I was like, why? That's like, why? It's not necessary. I have something way less expensive than that does a better job. But it's really letting people know that there is a better solution without pressuring them to make a decision. And I think this is really key, especially for those of you out there that are watching that want to go pro in this industry. Always leave the door open. Like we're just trying to get to a yes, a no, or a maybe. And even if someone says no, I have had so many people say no that circle back around eventually. Eventually, they are sick of being sick. They're tired of being tired. They get a diagnosis. Someone close to them dies. They lose their job. And eventually, it's like click bing. Oh, maybe I should reach out to Raven about that thing. And these were the people that said no or judged or hated on social or whatever. And so the consistency factor, and this is really key for anybody that wants to partner with a company, especially molecular hydrogen, is that when you're consistent in your messaging, it gives people an opportunity to come through the door. My throat is like seizing up real quick. Hang on a second.
Yep.
I got too excited.
You got the good water though, but it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I have the machine that you have sitting behind you. So just knowing that, I can put any kind of water in that and I can just go press a button and I can get molecular hydrogen on demand. That is pretty incredible because just 3 years ago, I didn't even know this technology existed. 2 years ago,
Mhm.
just 2 years ago, I didn't know this technology even existed.
Yeah, and the scary part is people still don't know how bad our water situation is. Because at any given time in municipal tap water sources, there's 60 to 90,000 chemicals. And you may hear that and think it's an exaggeration, but it's not. All they could do is take the sewage water, the water that gets recycled, and put more chemicals in it. And they have to do this to make it drinkable. And what's scary is if you research your own zip code, you will find an abundance of chemicals that are harming you, and you may think, oh, I don't drink tap water. Well, you bathe in it, you may be at a pool, you're exposed to a lot of these chemicals that are affecting your thyroid, your brain, your organs, your cells. So at the same time, the knowledge on water needs to be more um, just out in the public, the awareness, which it is, but we have to choose how to actually help our bodies and educate ourselves. And the one thing we need on this planet is water. So the question is, how do you get the best water? And so people like Raven and myself, these are, you want to reach out to us because we're just understanding how bad the water is, but we could direct you to how to get the best water, which is obtaining molecular hydrogen water, or hydrogen water that it's known as in the mainstream. And people, athletes, celebrities, it's becoming more and more prominent that hydrogen has these antioxidant benefits. It helps with free radicals in the body. It's a smart molecule, so it's only going to attack and neutralize the bad things in the body, which is very impressive. It knows where to go. So if you drink molecular hydrogen water and your gut's kind of turning, you need gut health. If you get, your brain just gets on fire, you need brain support, or you're breathing better, or your cardiovascular, it knows where to go. That's the impressive thing. And there's a lot of companies out there that just want to sell you a product and not educate you. And so, like Raven and myself, we love to educate. We're never out here to sell you, because we're just going to present you with the information and invite you in. And at the same time, it's your own free will. You either want to take a step, want to take a chance that you could possibly change your life bigger and better than ever before, or you could choose to do what you normally do. The choice is yours, and that's the beauty of the world we live in. It's about choice until it's taken away, and then there's no choice, right, Raven?
Well, we'll see what happens on November 5th, babe. um, so that being said, you know, I have 13,000 people in my organization with my first company. And it started with one, and then it was 10, and then it was 100, and then
Hmm.
it was 1,000. So if you think about this in the progression of compounding momentum, is that out of all of those thousands of people that I have worked with, what I have found is the best tool that I could possibly give anyone who's thinking about becoming a professional affiliate marketer is the 5 simple steps to rock your affiliate marketing business. I wrote a workbook, it's on Amazon, it's available, and this is your treasure map to success. Because at the end of the day, Angel and I can't come and pull you out of bed and brush your teeth for you and put your suit on and push you out the door and make you dial your phone. It's between you and your dreams. And people have such a hard time holding themselves accountable. It's so much easier to justify, shame, blame, live below the line than it is to take 100% responsibility for your life, for your income, for your living circumstances, for the network that you surround yourself with. And that's really why I wrote this workbook, was because I had spent so many thousands and thousands of hours giving people my time that were never really willing to look in the mirror. And so now in my coaching program, I give them the tools. Here's the tool. Now it's up to you to decide if you're worth it. I'll give you all the inspiration all day long, but I can't create motivation. Motivation is something that is internal. And that's what's really key in understanding going pro in this kind of industry. Like Angel's success is 100% up to Angel. Nobody came and made him do anything. He found the inspiration and he built the motivation and he went out and took action. But it's really truly between you and you whether or not you succeed. It doesn't have anything to do with anything else. It's truly up to you. And so that tool is available if anybody wants to access it. There's also a digital download on my website if anybody wants to check that out at ravenai.com. And this is really key to understand, that tools, right? We're going to come back to tools again, is that tools are everything, because you have to know where you are now and you have to know where you are going. If you don't know where you're going, if you can't see a future for yourself, how can you create it? You're just going to be stuck in the same routine. It's life is going to always get in the way. You're going to always not have enough time for laundry and dishes and kids and lunches and
Hmm.
work and da, da, da. You're just going to be running yourself ragged until the end of your days come. And that is a choice. The other choice is to say, I want more for my life. I want to be hungry for it. I want to like taste it. I want to know what that tastes like to book first class tickets to go from Hawaii to Italy and ride motorcycles across the country and then get on a boat and go to Greece and spend 2 weeks in Greece before I decide to fly home if I come home. What does that taste like? What does that feel like? And if that doesn't motivate you to get into action, there's no amount of one-on-one phone calls that we could have that would ever get you there. And that is really what has inspired me to do less and give everyone more. And that has really accelerated my business in an extreme way. And then we have, of course, people who are just already successful and they know what to do. They're like, oh, yeah, I love it. Hey, everybody, here's what I'm doing. Da, 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 da. And they go crush $1 million in sales. So
Yeah.
you just never know who's going to be able to create what. I also have a mom who was raising her two twin granddaughters and homeschooling her 8-year-old autistic son, who ended up going to the top of a pay plan 5 minutes at a time. So there is really no excuse. There's all the stories in the world, but we're here to show you that anything is possible. And if, of course, if anybody wants to reach out to us, we're here to support you and really taking your life to the next level. And molecular hydrogen can, without a doubt, be
Mm.
100% the tool to get you there.
Oh, you got me excited, Raven. Italy motorcycles. Ah. And you know what? When
You want to
you
go?
when you
Let's go. Guys, we got to go. Sorry. We got to go. End the show. We got to go.
and just hearing you describe that, I feel it, right? So if people could have that vision that they want and they could live in that, you will obtain it. It's just like Raven said, you have to take that action, no matter how small, no matter how big. Start taking those little steps of action, or you just want to go, balls to the wall and just go completely at it. The choice is yours. But the word that comes to mind is sacrifice. Is sacrifice. Is your
Mhm.
current state of comfort worth your possible great future and beyond? Is it worth it? Because whether you do or
Mm,
don't, you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. And it was at Henry Ford, I believe. So whether
mm,
you choose not to change, you're completely okay. It's 100% right. Whether you choose to change and take a shot at living the best life you can, you're still 100% correct, because there's no
mm,
comparison. It's you versus you in this world. And so just to end this episode on a amazing note, Raven, I thank you very much for being here and we're having this conversation with me. And I think my sole purpose, and I call myself a life architect, because someone could tell me their dream, someone could tell me what they want to do, and in my head I will build you a roadmap of what you could do. Whatever it may be, I just have the ability to see it for you, and I will build you a blueprint. But at the same time, you have to take the action. If I gave you 100% blueprint for you to take this specific road and accomplish your dreams, there's something about it. I could envision and feel what you want to do and create it for you, but I cannot do it for you. And
mhm,
so just the opportunities out there, and with molecular hydrogen, guess what? It's a $200 billion industry, and people out there drinking bottled water and just crap nonsense and putting it in their body. So at the same time, do you drink water? And the answer is absolutely yes. Do you want to drink the best water? It's molecular hydrogen water. And I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps just being here with you, Raven. Oh my lord! And my YouTube channel. There's gonna be links in the bio. There's free resources in there also. Reach out to Raven. Reach out to myself. We aim to serve, aim to please, and aim to help people get started. I think that the thing people are missing is a good starting point. And no matter
mm,
how bad the industry may be tagged, as far as like the presence, oh, network marketing, affiliate marketing, it's a scam. It's not a scam. You just need someone to show you the right way to do it, how to start it. And once you start it the right way, the sky's the limit. Sky is the limit.
mhm. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was coached the wrong way in the beginning, guys. I definitely did it wrong. and and you don't want to be around people who are teaching you how to do it wrong, because it literally isn't going to feel good. It's going to be crunchy. You're going to feel uncomfortable. if you want to tap into flow, you've got to have the right tools, and you've got to surround yourself with people that have already created the success and are currently continually creating the success. Because there are people that'll, hit a certain level, and then they'll, claim to be an expert forever, but they don't build. They're not continually building. And to me, like, I'm always in the field. I'm never going to not be in the field. I have molecular hydrogen in my front pocket everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, I turn on my bottle at dinners, at bars, in restaurants, in airplanes, everywhere I go. And every time people come to me,
Mm,
every time. It is the easiest way to attract people to what you are doing is to have something that people have maybe never seen before, right? We're creating curiosity. And what I tell all of my coaching students, I say, when I talk about selling products, we talk about bringing people into our organization. I'm selling them on my dream. I'm saying, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a multiple 8-figure residual income so that I can do what I want, when I want, where I want, and with who I want. Would you like to come on the journey with me? They can say yes, no, or maybe. I'm allowing them to go, wait, you're going to do what? Yeah, from my phone. I'm going to do it from my phone and my
you're
laptop.
crazy.
Like,
You're crazy.
I'm gonna do it from my phone and my laptop. And you are gonna always have people that are gonna try to make you small. They're gonna try to object. They're gonna try to reject. They're gonna try to not accept. They're gonna try to say nonsense, blah, blah, blah. I got so much hate in the beginning when I went public with my first business. And so much hate. I mean, nasty messages, actually. And I look back on that now, and those people are still exactly where they were then. And I'm not. And that's being brave. That's knowing that what you desire is going to take a boldness. It's going to take strength. It's going to take courage. It's going to take you going against the status quo. And that is uncomfortable for the majority of the population, which is why most of you won't ever even start. You'll quit before you ever even start because you're so afraid of what other people think of you. But
Mm.
are other people paying your bills? Are other people taking care of your children? Are other people paying your mortgage? Are other people there to take care of you if you get sick? No. No, they're not. And that's the reality, that what they say doesn't matter. If your dreams are big enough, there is absolutely nothing that should get in the way of that. And I think that's why Angel and I love to play this game so much, because we are in the abundant light frequency and nothing's going to stop that, no matter what. So it's really, really awesome to be here with you, Angel.
Beautifully put. I love that. And yes, take a chance on yourself. Believe in yourself and accept that there is a greater you somewhere, someplace that's waiting for you to attract it. And I encourage anyone who wants to be interviewed or be on a podcast. Here's a very first step. If you want to take a shot and be interviewed, just like we're doing right here, having a conversation, but you're a little bit too nervous to take that shot, there's a link on my channel where I will personally interview you. You will be the star of the show, and this will be practice. It'll be a pilot run, whatever you want to call it, but it's still a first step. It's a first step to get out your comfort zone and tell your story. And you might be surprised. You might enjoy the process, which is that's what it's about. Enjoy the process, have a destination, and aim for the stars, because if you hit the moon, you hit something. You achieved some type of goal of greatness. If it's too big and it scares you, that's when it's time to jump. Raven, I appreciate you jumping on. It is always a pleasure. Just being in your presence inspires me to keep pushing, keep dreaming bigger, and together we're all gonna grow. The opportunity is here, and we're gonna continue to take it.
Hmm. I love it. Yay. Let's get the party started.
Yeah. Cheers.